Last time on the Ultimate Cowboy Showdown.
Yeah, welcome to the Hacienda.
Thank you.
12 cowboys moved in.
Welcome, ma'am. I see you're from the great state to the south of me.
And the tensions had already begun to flare.
He's not following the cowboy code of throwing respect to ladies. He's not a legitimate cowboy.
The competition kicked off.
Get it set up to come from this way.
All right, go ahead.
And even though they thought they had grit,
Cole turned his horse's butt to the cow again. That's a big no-no. Jason just standing there holding horses.
Cole and Jason were sent packing.
This is the end of the trail for y'all. I'm afraid you're done.
And now, there are 10 cowboys left. Who will ride on, and who will be sent home in the next elimination? Only one will take home $50,000 worth of cattle and a rawhide portable corral.
Who will win the Ultimate Cowboy Showdown?
So 2 guys went home last night. There's 10 of us left. We're not real sure what we're doing today, but I got my horse Spat here. I'm here to try to do what I can do. We'll see how it works out.
Tie farther down.
I think we might either be calf roping, team roping, or steer stopping. I think we're gonna have some fun.
Well, good morning.
Morning.
In your first Cattleman's Challenge, you competed as teams, so today I thought I'd give you a chance to compete individually and show us what you're really made of. We call this an Immunity Buckle Challenge. Today, it's gonna be all about your calf roping skills. Now, the winner of this challenge gets the Immunity Buckle and is safe from the next elimination. This is the Montana Silversmith Immunity Buckle. Pretty nice, actually.
If you win, you get that belt buckle and you're safe. I would love to be safe, but pretty dang nervous, not gonna lie.
Now, all cowboys need to know how to rope a calf, and we're gonna see who can do it the fastest and the safest. For this challenge, I've invited a very special guest judge. Please welcome the legendary Fred Whitfield. This man is a pro rodeo Hall of Fame calf roper with 7 World Tie-Down Roping Championships to his name.
Fred Whitfield, one of the greatest calf ropers of all times, walks in. Talk about going from intimidated to flat scared to rope a calf in front of somebody.
Fred's gonna tell you a little bit about what we're gonna do.
The event is called tie-down calf roping, okay? We're gonna give the calf a 10-foot head start, catch as catch can, go down there, tie 3 legs. They're fresh, and so they're gonna walk out. Well, good luck in the competition today, guys.
All right, let's saddle up, start roping. Thank you, Fred.
Yes, sir.
Everybody's in trouble today. This is my MO. I spend a lot of time in the roping pen, so it's go time.
Just days before coming into this competition, my horse that I had prepared to come and compete, true ranch horse, got crippled on me. I had to borrow a horse with no ranching experience, never been roped off of. It really's got me nervous because I don't have a horse that knows to help me. And so if he don't mind me perfect, if I don't cue him perfect, then I'm not gonna win.
Get up here. Let's get your stirrups right first.
They're wanting us to calf rope. Never done it before. Roped in the pasture plenty of times, but never out of the box. I don't tie off ever, so this is something different for me for sure. But Cody offered to help me, and he offered his horse first thing. I mean, I didn't even have to ask.
You got a rope on? I want you to have your reins about right there, though. I don't know. I just kind of like Jay Storm. She's a lady. She's always smiling. She's nice to look at. But I was not about to let anyone else here throw a leg across my horse.
All right, Jay Storm, you're up.
So Jay Storm ropes cattle every day on the ranch, but this is her first time in a roping pen with somebody holding a stopwatch.
Calf kind of trotted out. She's in hot pursuit. Up, little back swing in her rope.
My first swing, I dropped it on accident. I guess it was a little too much nerves, a little heavier rope than what I'm used to.
Right up. Right up.
Oh.
She missed. No time.
When I miss, especially something like that, that was the first time I've done that, and I was so close to getting it. It's just eating me alive not to be able to try again.
Sorry, Jay Storm. Did he feel all right?
Yeah, no, he was good.
This is Quattro.
Go ahead.
Go, Quattro! Go get him.
He got him.
He got him.
So I caught it first catch. I was super stoked. I still had to finish my run. I ran down the line. I threw the calf.
There you go. Good boy, Quattro.
So I just set the bar high. I don't think any of the other cowboys are gonna catch me.
You had a good day yesterday, and you're starting out good today. All right, Cody. Oh, there you missed him.
I'm extremely disappointed in myself. I was set up to win that deal, and it didn't work out in my favor.
There he is.
Got him on the drive.
This is Jared Lee.
Missed.
Juan Carlos.
I almost got it, but I missed. So let's see how it goes next.
All right, this is Derek.
And he missed. No time.
Derek, he has no skills. Well, I'd give him 50% horsemanship because I haven't saw him fall off. 15% on the rope. I think he's kind of a poser.
This is Ethan, isn't it?
From day one, Ethan came in here. He's been real loud and vulgar, using the Lord's name in vain.
If we would just know what gate we're gonna run through and wave our hand, we would have beat them.
I mean, we got ladies around. Man, I don't like that stuff going in my ears. I ain't gonna hear no more of that mouth. Y'all need to respect these women around here.
I agree with you there.
I just want you to understand this. I will wear Ethan out if it happens again, in front of everybody. And I asked him not once, but I know twice. I said, please stop using that language in front of me.
This calf's gonna be pretty good once he gets him caught.
Missed him.
No time.
All right, this is Tara.
Stop the time.
I got my loop swinging. We're getting ready. I send it out there. There goes the calf off into the distance. That's all she wrote, boys and girls.
Hadley's fixing to show us a new way to do this, ladies and gentlemen. He's not tied off, but his rope's about 60 foot long.
All the other cowboys are using the short rope, but Hadley's using the long rope. He's gonna dally, which means tying it to his saddle horn after he ropes the calf.
Oh, Hadley's from Utah. All right, here we go.
Good start. He's on.
He's got him.
Hadley is cowboying up. He's gonna dally, and he's gonna stop this calf.
I really thought, man, you're gonna get whipped by this calf. To me, it was a soggy enough old cow. He ain't huge, but neither am I.
Hadley's just about to flank this yearling. She is down.
Skill, yeah! He dallied with the long one, and then he held his cool and he tied the calf up like a champ. And I'm proud to call guys like that my friend.
1 rep, 2 rep.
All right, there you go.
Hopefully I gained a little respect because everybody else tied hard and fast, and they were like, they knew what I was gonna do in theory, but they didn't know if it was gonna work. Don't tell them, but I wasn't 100% sure either.
Zane.
So it's been 15 years since I've roped a calf in the arena. I actually did it on this horse the last time. He was only 3 when I did it.
Man, he drug a knot.
Oh, yeah.
There we go, cowboy. He got up, flanked again.
Here comes the string.
String.
Plenty of time, plenty of time.
1, 2. Half hit. Good run.
Thanks. May have strained a few muscles getting off, but it worked out great. I mean, I couldn't ask for more.
Well, we only we had 3 that completed it.
Yes, sir. All in all, it was a decent day.
Thanks, Chris.
Yes, sir.
I brought Fred out here to show y'all off, and you embarrassed me. What happened? Nobody.
Trace had every right to be disappointed in us. You know, only 3 guys out of 10 caught. That's kind of ridiculous at this level.
Well, we only had 3 made time. You know who you were, but Quattro, 52 seconds. Hadley, 51. Y'all were within a second of each other. Of course, then we had Zane at 23. Zane, this is yours.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You wear that and you're safe from the next elimination.
Thank you.
All right. Rest of you, I'll see you tomorrow. Try to do better.
Trace is upset. We let him down. We got to be more serious about this, and we need to step up to the plate.
Coming up on the Ultimate Cowboy Showdown.
You ain't got to be big shot talking all the time.
Please shut up.
And later,
The two of you going home.
I'm nervous. I'm scared.
How do you think that y'all did?
So, how'd you feel when Trace told us he was disappointed in us?
I don't really blame him. I mean, only 3 of us caught.
My first time doing it, I felt like I was pretty close. I felt like if I had another chance to do it or another try, I could have got it done.
There's so much more to being a cowboy than just roping a calf.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a handy skill to have. You're gonna have to do it to doctor in some cases, but there's a lot of other ways to skin a cat. Do you work with any other females?
One, she just started working with us like about 2 years ago. She boosted my confidence a lot and made me realize that, that I was just as good as the boys. I didn't have to feel like I had to constantly prove myself.
There's so many little girls out there that were just like me growing up. This life is not an easy way of life, but I gained so much confidence, and I just want other little girls to realize that they can do the same thing.
So much of this life is like, or ranch rodeo and cowboying in general, it's just mental. Like, if you can believe you can do it, if you believe you're as good as them or that you can get it done just as good as them, then you can.
Jay Storm so far is reminding me of a really good friend back home. So she's kind of already near and dear to me just because she resembles my friend so much. I feel like her and I are gonna spend a lot of time here together.
Being fast is not always the fastest.
Except today, when it was a timed event.
I caught the calf, but at the end of the day, I think the reason why I didn't go home with it because, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even know what immunity meant. How am I gonna win something if I don't know what it means?
Well, I thought immunity was like being safe from like STDs and stuff like that. Oh, but I don't know what I just did. It's good stuff.
I just ain't used to all that language, man. I mean, don't you got 2 daughters?
I do, but they cuss like a sailor. I ain't teaching my girls to be freaking ladies. I'm teaching my girls how to greet life and accept it and not get pushed over.
I'm gonna ask you nicely one more time. Please back off that language in front of these ladies.
Woo, boy, I tell you what. I'm Ethan Treadwell, and I say things I probably shouldn't say, but it's one of those things where it is what it is.
I asked you nicely. I'll be the last time I ask.
Dude, it ain't gonna hurt nobody.
Nah, I don't like it, man.
Well, it's
That's
okay.
my God you're talking about.
It's my God, too.
You don't got this in front of everybody. You ain't got to be big shot talking all the time. I asked you nicely.
I'm just happy guy, the sun's
Well, be
shining,
happy
man.
without all the vulgar language. Ain't nobody around here likes to hear it. I'm just the only one that says something. I ain't gonna allow him to talk to God like that. I got 5 children at home and a wife. I got grandparents, a daddy that raised me right. To me, nobody uses the Lord's name in vain. Not in front of me, not around me. It's not acceptable.
I didn't do a thing to stir your pot, man.
Yeah, you did. It's
I
that
just
mouth,
walked
it's
in the
that
barn,
language. But
in
as
the
soon as you
barn, I'm
stepped
like,
in here, dude.
Hey, man, what's up?
I mean, a man put himself and call himself a cowboy and ain't got no manners?
I'm not a cowboy, I guess.
No, sir, you sure ain't.
Yeah, it's a terrible deal. Terrible situation. Dude, it's okay, man. Just sit down and just enjoy it. Just smile. Be happy to be here.
I am happy to be here. I've asked you nicely.
Dude, the only thing I turned down is my collar, man. So you just shut up.
Oh, good. No. Hey, man, watch out, watch out. Break him up. Watch out. Break him up, break him up, break him up, break him up. Break him up. Just chill out, just chill out. Break him up. No. Come on, man. Woo! Get back.
Jerry Lee. And man, he's mad at me since yesterday. So he's been building this up. The sun's still up. I ain't never been to fight in daylight. God almighty.
Look at me, please, sir. Why don't we go sit down somewhere, buddy?
Dude!
Jared, will you walk with me, please? Because
Just
right
chill
now,
out.
this is not somewhere we need to be.
I'd rather go. Sarah, you
You're
do me a
not
favor.
listening.
You're a woman. Step out of the way.
Sarah can hold her own.
Just step out of the way.
I'm
I understand that, but just...
Exactly. He won't hit him if I'm in the way. I'm rough and tough, and I can hang with the guys, even though I'm a girl. Even though I look pretty nice on the outside some days, I can hang in there just as tough with all the guys.
If y'all gotta fight that bad, then y'all can both leave.
Nicely. Every one of y'all heard me. I said, please.
I understand
I said, could
that.
you please stop with the
I
language?
understand that, but did you see anybody else tell him to quit talking? He can do what he wants because it's a free country.
Dude.
I ain't gonna tell a man how to talk, but if you got y'all got that bad of a problem with it, y'all go across the river, but that's y'all's own deal.
Let's go somewhere where ain't nobody can pull us apart. Let's go get stretched out.
I don't want that.
If it had been up to me, we should have been able to finish what was started. We should have been able to, whenever we got done, we could have dusted each other off and shook hands afterwards. But I wanted to get my point across. There's some respect that man needs to be taught. I'll be the man to teach him it.
Brother, just because you inherited something in your life don't mean you a big shot.
I ain't inherited thing. I ain't inherited I ain't heard of it.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Everything I ever.
You just attacked a man who lost his dad.
I've worked for what we have. My father passed away in 2011. He come from nothing and made something. He didn't have anything. He didn't leave anything. All he left, he had farms and cattle. And I've taken that from there, and I have grown it dramatically.
Thanks, baby. Ethan, I didn't mean that about your daddy. I'm sorry.
Man, you tell me I didn't earn what I got.
Everything else I said, I meant.
You say that, I'm cool about everything. But people that say I inherited what I got need to know it's something different, dude. I lost my cool a while ago. I mean, I kept it all legit, all cool. But at that moment in time, y'all saw me. I threw my cup of coffee at him, and it was on.
What I said is, I apologize, man. I didn't mean to say that about your daddy or nothing like that, and I was wrong for saying that.
Apologize, handshake, everything's good. I can roll everything on my shoulders, man. It's cool.
I'm sorry.
It's
I
all
didn't mean
okay.
that about your daddy.
But
man.
I ain't never heard a thing, man. So me and Jared Lee don't like each other. But I hugged him after our fight that we had, shook his hand, because I don't hold grudges. We gotta love each other, dude.
I didn't mean that his daddy died. I wasn't trying to pick on him or nothing like that, dude. No disrespect, man. And I'm sorry I said that, because I didn't mean it in that way. What I meant by when I said he inherited it is he acts like a spoiled child. And I don't take that back. He is spoiled.
It'll happen again. That mouth keeps continuing.
Coming up, I'm hoping to see your speed on horseback, strength to haul hay, smarts to fix a flat tire, determination to catch a calf, and then pick that calf up and run with it. Let's go. Hey there.
How are you?
Good to see you. How are y'all?
Good.
I have no idea what we're in for today. You know, I'm super nervous, a little excited, and I hope it's a good challenge for me.
All right, in this Cattleman's Challenge, I'm hoping to see some of the skills that are needed at any ranch. Your speed on horseback, strength to haul hay, smarts to fix a flat tire, determination to catch a calf, and then you're gonna have to pick that calf up and run with it, all right? Zane, you've earned immunity from elimination, but I still want you to participate in this challenge.
I don't have anything to lose on this competition, but I'm here to help out my team in any way I can.
All right, I've separated you into two teams. On my left, 5 of you on the yellow team. On my right, you're on the red team. Now, each member of your team is gonna have to do one of these tasks. This is a relay race, okay? Each cowboy has to finish their task before you hand the baton to the next cowboy. Now, time will be called when the last person on your team puts your calf in the trailer and locks it shut. Helping me keep an eye on you today and keep up with your time and everything is a Texas cowboy. His name's Cash Lockhead. 2 of you from the losing team will go home. Yellow team, you're going first. Let's go.
I think Quattro and I are the most athletic guys, so.
Really excited. My team is awesome. We got Hadley, Quattro, Ethan, Derek, and myself. We have a lot of strong personalities, but we also have good teamwork out of all these people.
I think I'm the biggest guy, so they're kind of...
I got one suggestion. Y'all tell me if you can fit it. If you can't, hear me out. I think, Tara, I think you're gonna fit perfect with saddling your horse and going through the gates.
Yeah.
As far as handing it off to me, I'd like to work the hay. Derek, I think you'd be good on working the tire.
You want to work the hay?
I want to work the hay because you're going to be the muscle. Those calves were a little bit bigger than what we think. What? I think you need to be the man to work the calf.
No, I can carry that calf, no problem.
If y'all want to switch, that's perfect.
I can do the hay.
I flanked many calves after tying them from the post, just with the ear and the flank right there. Really comfortable with this. Really, really, really comfortable with this. I can handle that calf.
You know, Derek wanted to do the calf because he said he does that stuff. But granted, he's smaller than the calves, but if somebody's confident and feels like they can do it, I mean, it's hard to argue with them because it is. I mean, I don't know his skills.
So, are you wanting to do the calf?
I do the calf all day.
Okay, then I'm gonna take the tire. I can handle the tire. And Hadley, I mean, I really think you need to be the roper.
Hey, man, I'll do whatever
I think
you guys
this is
want.
perfect.
Yellow team right here, baby.
Yellow team, let's
Yellow team, let's go.
Yeah!
All right, the yellow team's up first. They're all in the positions and ready to start the race.
Ready, Tara?
I'm ready.
Cash, hand her the baton, start the clock.
Here we go, Tara. Get it, good luck.
So she gonna saddle her horse.
Like she's got a pretty decent, gentle horse here. It's gonna take it. Uh-oh, didn't quite get it tight enough for that first attempt. Uh-oh, still having a little trouble getting on. Tara's saddle's not quite tight like she wants it.
Tara is having a hard time getting her horse saddled. You know, that worries me. She may not be qualified to, you know, be here and do these sorts of competitions.
She's mounted.
And she's gonna have to run down there and get those 2 gates. She's getting off to get the gates, Trace. She's not gonna try to get them on her horse.
Huh.
Lost the baton!
What's she hollering about?
I think she might have lost the baton, Trace. I think she's gonna have to come back and get it and find it if she lost it. This is really gonna slow them down on their end time, I would say.
Costly mistake. She had it in her back pocket.
Tara's back mounted and got the baton.
Uh-oh, now she lost her hat, but we can let that go.
Yeah. Oh, she's getting down through there now. Tara's about at the gates, getting them open.
Come on, buddy.
She's just gonna run the rest of the way.
Interesting.
I ain't never been able to outrun a horse, have you?
No, sir, Trace. I think I'd rather take my chances getting back mounted than having to run afoot. Ethan's in a hurry.
Let's go, big money, let's go. Make up for time, baby, come on.
You bet, man.
Now that Ethan's made it to the barn, he's got to throw 21 bales of hay up into the rafters as quickly as possible.
There you go, there you go. Woo! Yes, sir, go right and left. Get yourself some space. There you go, there you go, there you go. Come on, baby.
I need to make up time. If you're not winning, you're losing. And every day of this competition, you're gonna greet the day, you're gonna kiss the mirror and say, I'm here to win. So, here we go. Step up, ride the ride.
It's all right, it's all right. It's all right. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm gone, I'll see you in a bit. Get back where you need to be.
Track star.
I had to run the longest distance. I had to take a tire off, put it on a truck, take the new tire and put it back on. That was hard, but I knew I had to get the job done, and I knew I was going to.
Good job, Quattro!
Well, they lost some time on the very beginning, but I think Quattro made up a good bit, just how fast he is.
Quattro did a great job. I mean, that kid ran like a gazelle. He's barely breathing hard, muscles through it, goes to it, gets the job done, does a great job, hands me the baton. Now, stuff got real in a hurry.
Come on, yellow team!
There you go, Hadley.
It's Hadley's turn now, and he's got to mount his horse and rope a calf. Once he's roped the calf, Derek will need to carry it to the truck to complete the race.
Hadley missed his first loop.
Go back, ready? Go back.
My loop right there might cost me the whole thing. You know, my one job was to rope, and that's usually what I'm pretty good at. I just missed. So hopefully I didn't let the team completely down. We'll just have to wait and see.
Hadley missed his first loop. So he's gonna try another one here.
Get on him, Hadley, you got him!
Derek's getting to him quick.
Come on, Derek, come on.
Derek is getting to him quick. Gonna pick him up. A calf's as big as Derek, I think, Trace.
Yeah. You got it, you got it, you got it.
Oh. Man, I don't think Derek should have went and got the calf. I mean, he says he does that kind of stuff, but wasn't figured into the equation. That was a 250-pound calf. And Derek, he doesn't weigh 250 pounds.
Now he's getting him going. He's got a plan now. Derek's got a good plan, and he's headed towards the trailer. Now he's good. He's got his hand in that flank. Yeah, getting his feet off the ground, taking him in the flank.
Time. There it is.
Called time.
All right.
Get in there. No.
Good job.
I would say we could have done better, and my thoughts on us winning are gonna have to be dictated on the red team. Tara, she had the most mistakes, and they were kind of careless mistakes. She forgot to tighten her saddle up. Her saddle slid over. She dropped the baton, and I just feel like those were mistakes that you shouldn't have let get to you.
Coming up. I think he's getting winded.
I don't want to let my team down, and there's no time for me to make no mistakes.
The red team is up next. Everyone's at their positions and ready to race.
All right, Texas, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Cash, hand her the baton. Start the clock.
Good luck, Jay Storm.
Thank you.
Well, I'll tell you what. Mayor's working with her. That was smooth.
Took the on her way. Stepped off to get the gate pretty quick, like.
Didn't have to go back and get the baton either. Look at that.
Knocked this out in no time.
Unless something drastic happens, they're on their way.
So now Cody has to hurl 21 bales of hay into the loft as fast as he can.
Yes, sir. One. Yes, sir. Woo! Man can sure sling some hay.
We might as well just call this thing right here.
Man, Cody stepped up to the plate and he hit a grand slam home run. I mean, he was like the Incredible Hulk in there. And man, every time he threw that thing, he was growling. But you could tell the cowboy come out in him today, and he had no quit. As soon as Cody hands me that baton, I throw it on my running shoes and I hit it like a cheetah.
Spare tire off the bed of the truck. Kind of like you said earlier, you could have saved those steps for bringing it with you.
I think he's getting winded. If he knew how far ahead he was, he'd just slow down, take his time.
Yes.
During the middle of changing that tire, and I'm gassed, and I get a little bit frustrated inside because I feel that lug nut don't want to bust loose. I don't want to let my team down, and there's no time for me to make no mistakes. I cannot quit. Everybody's depending on me.
I know Jared's getting flustered changing this tire. He's having a little bit of trouble. Things aren't going like as smoothly as they could. Just stay calm, get it done, don't get flustered. You know, we got this.
He's lost his place where he's supposed to be. That's good.
Uh-oh, has he lost the baton?
All right.
Come on.
Now Zane has to ride down and rope a calf so that Juan Carlos can carry him to the trailer and finish the race.
Missed him. Zane has missed his first loop.
Got him.
Zane got him then, right here at the trailer.
Right at the trailer.
Juan Carlos has no distance to carry him. Juan Carlos does not have to carry him far at all. He ought to be able to. Look at Juan. Nearly to the trailer. Wow. Wow.
That was good.
Good time by the red team.
That was good.
That's what I'm talking about.
That was a good time.
I couldn't ask my team to do any better than they did. I mean, the only person that I saw that had any trouble was Jared, but Cody carried this deal. There isn't a person here that can throw hay the way he did. I'm over 99% sure that we won this deal.
All right, Cash. Well, you know, let's start with the red team because I don't think there's much to say.
I don't know how the red team could have done it any smoother or any faster.
Now, on to the yellow team. You know, they coming out of the chute, they didn't. That was bad. Coming up.
Terra Girl. I don't ever want to be the weak link on a team challenge.
You're gonna be okay. We're not pissed off. You did a fantastic job.
2 of you going home. I question your allocation of manpower. Who did what?
I don't want anybody to go home, but
Yeah, that's what sucks about this.
yeah.
Somebody's got to go home. I really don't care about the money at all, to be honest with you. I think it'd be super cool to walk out of this whole deal saying I outdid all y'all because I have a lot of respect for everybody here.
Whew. Okay, 2 people are going home. I missed the loop. So a real good chance it's me going home tonight, which is not necessarily something I'd hoped for, counted on, or planned on.
Terra Girl, what is the deal, man?
You know, I was coming down on myself pretty hard. I feel like I have a lot to prove, not only to myself, but, you know, I am a female cowboy. That's something, you know, people have problems with. I work with people that think I can't do my job just because of my gender. And I don't ever want to be the weak link on a team challenge.
First off, you did a fantastic job. I mean, that's hard. And you add the element of competition and time clock. The time clock works on your mind.
Winning's not everything. It's what you take from it. It's gaining knowledge. It's so much more about the experience. But being a woman and being a woman in agriculture, you know, you always get told you can't do this, you can't do that.
Oh, yeah.
And I just want, you know,
everybody to see you as a peer,
I
as
want
an even
someone to see
person.
that.
I mean, honest to gosh, not just you, for the other 12 of us that got to compete in this, us getting to meet each other, it's crazy. We're all gonna stay friends for the rest of our lives. That's winning. That's your prize. You're gonna be okay. We're not pissed off. You did a fantastic job. If I could throw that hay a little bit harder, a little bit faster, we wouldn't even worried about this. It is just fine.
I think a lot of it was just pressure on myself. I don't ever want to let anybody down. I want to do good no matter what I do. You know, my dad said, if you're gonna do something, don't do it halfway. So for me, failure is not an option. I don't want to fail, and the extra pressure of letting down people I care about and then letting down myself was really kind of eating at me. Overall, right now, I'm just hoping that the other team didn't have a perfect clean run. It sounded like we all had struggles.
Tonight's elimination, so of course I'm a little nervous, but I do feel pretty confident in our performance today. Like, I think we did really good. I mean, I felt like we made it pretty hard to beat, but I mean, they could have beat us and we don't know.
So tonight, 2 people are going home. I do my best not to think about it, but it's in the back of everybody's mind. I'm nervous, I'm scared.
There are 10 cowboys here. 2 of them are going home. And the judges, I'm taking their advice. But in the end, it's up to me.
It is pretty nerve-wracking because if somehow the yellow team did outdo us, I don't see how it would have happened, but 2 people out of my team is gonna have to go.
Well, good evening.
Good evening.
Tonight I want to hear from somebody, just whoever wants to speak for the yellow team. I want to hear what your strategy was. Was there any disagreement?
No, it seemed good.
I think our sportsmanship and teamwork together, I think, was outstanding.
So you feel like you did pretty good?
Yes, sir. Then we might have had a few mistakes, but all in all, teamwork, I think we were on top.
Anybody want to speak for the red team?
I thought we had a perfect strategy for each individual. We had Mr. Immunity over here, and you obviously want to give the man that won the calf roping the other day, so.
I wasn't surprised at
yes,
that
sir.
choice.
We all knew that, you know what I'm saying? But I thought he done great.
Yeah, Zane, appreciate that, man. I mean, you got in there and you missed your first loop, but you know what? It's probably lucky that you did because you were a long ways from that trailer.
Yes, sir.
On that first loop.
Yeah.
But if you'd like to, you could just go sit on the fence and listen to the rest of this because you ain't got no need to be out here.
Hope I see you up there.
Yeah, that's great. I like the fit.
Just relax, you got the buckle.
All right. Right now, it feels great to be wearing this immunity buckle. I really don't think there's any way they could have beat us. But from the sounds of it, the other team had a pretty good run too. So tensions are high for everybody here, except for me. And I'm not going home tonight.
All right, so we got 4 left out here on the red team. Cody, how do you think that y'all did?
I think as far as time goes, I feel like parts of the race had a lot to do with being smooth, having some confidence, and being sharp. And I feel like we handled those. So if they beat us, they dang sure deserved it.
Did you throw up in the barn? I wasn't in there.
After I got done.
That's what I heard. That's great. I love that.
I was kind of under that mentality, put out or pass out. Luckily, I just puked.
Man worked himself till he threw up. That's a hand. That's a hand. Matter of fact, it worked real well for the red team today. Y'all won, and it wasn't even that close. 15 minutes, 21 minutes.
Ooh.
I mean, very close. So, join Zane up there, because you all earned it. That's really good. I was impressed. I really was.
I was blessed enough to be on the winning team, so I was able to step to the side and get out of the spotlight, and I was able to watch what went on tonight as they picked out who was going home.
All right, well, there are 5 of you left. 2 of you going home. This is up to me, and I don't enjoy this part, I gotta tell you. I just want to say, I believe the red team, I don't see how they could have selected any better who did what. That was the question that I had with you guys when I watched you going through this elimination task. I question your allocation of manpower. All right, well, there are 5 of you left. 2 of you going home. Question that I had with you guys when I watched you going through this elimination task. I question your allocation of manpower.
I feel like we were, majority of our stations, we were good. I probably would have swapped Tara with Derek, letting Derek be the one to be on the saddle. He's a lot smaller and more agile. And I think Tara can hold her own. I think she could have probably handled that calf a little better.
Not yet. Not yet. You got it, you got it, you got it.
I'd agree with that. You know, I could have done any of the places, but size is on my size. Sorry, Derek.
No.
Some of us are Iowa bred, corn fed. So, I mean, we could have used that to our advantage a little bit better. And then, you know, this is my biggest worry right now is I let my team down. I fumbled. I lost my baton. Lost the baton! It's not the result I wanted for sure. It's probably the last thing I ever wanted.
Good. We stood behind you, though. Keep your head up.
How'd you feel about your part of it? You missed that first loop.
I did terrible.
Go back, let him go back.
I mean, I darn sure would have liked to have done better. That's what they wanted me to do, was rope, and I felt pretty bad about missing.
Well, so, Derek, that was,
I went in there trying to get him over my shoulders like a drop calf. And then when I did that, I gave it one try. I realized that wasn't gonna work. But when I started waddling him, I heard that and I was like, oh, okay, we're good.
yeah, that cost you some time. Everybody agreed this is what we're gonna do, and that's the way it was.
We only really had one muscle power. I mean, obviously you can see this guy, he stands out over every one of us.
And I felt like I probably needed to be the one that threw the hay bales. That wasn't the most romantic cowboy scene of the day, but it was where I needed to be. And it seemed like a foolproof plan.
One thing I want to tell everybody on my team is I was glad that nobody dropped their chin and gave up. Everybody finished their task and they kept going, and we ended up with the job done.
Yeah, nobody quit. I saw that, and I appreciate it. But tonight I'm gonna have to say, Tara and Derek,
Yes.
you're done here. So gather your personals, hit the trail.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay.
I'm not surprised. Derek's going home tonight. I think he doesn't have much of a past as being a cowboy.
It was a good effort. All right.
You did great.
You're okay. Keep your chin up.
Poor Tara, she had a heck of a go around. But then, I mean, the next person, that's just, who are you gonna pick?
Tara went home tonight, and obviously she's been my roommate the whole time, so, you know, it's definitely getting harder. And I feel like the next one's gonna be even worse.
I didn't get what I came here for, but I think I'm taking home a lot more valuable lessons and a lot more valuable things. I have made some really fantastic friends here. They say never change the dream, just change the plan that takes you there. And, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing what the next step is for me.
I came here to win the herd. It didn't happen. Am I going home a little early? I sure think so. I didn't get stuck with the wrong job, even though it may have seemed that way. But you win some, you lose some.
Well, once again, I'm glad nobody got hurt. Good job. I was really proud of y'all today. We're now down to 8. It's gonna start getting real. Remember, you do have to keep working on that barn, tending those cows, okay? Tomorrow, another immunity buckle challenge, okay? All right, get some sleep.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.